OTHERspace FM.
Pew, pew, pew. What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. We are doing a special second Other Space PM of the week. There was just so much good content that Yuga hit us with today, this week. We couldn't help it. We had to come back. We had to have a special edition hangout. But also, we're going to make this more regular. Sean, what a beautiful day, man. This is round two. We did spaces today for almost 3 hours, and
Yeah,
we're
it was an
back.
epic space too,
It was
man. Shout out to everyone that pulled up.
Yeah, that was fantastic. But we're gonna revisit that conversation, digest it in a different way. A little saucy, perhaps. Cheers to you, man. I know you got that 288.
Yeah.
Uh, Shout out to 288.
288 gang. I just, I opened up the bottle. I might as well just keep it going. You know
Keep it
what I mean?
going. Yeah,
Until I get
absolutely.
another bottle of something.
I know. Everyone out there, while you're
Prefer.
chilling, let the people know that we're hanging out. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, share out the video, let homies know. We just let everyone know in Discord we're gonna
Hit
be
us up
hanging
in the
out.
chat. Hit us up
Yeah,
in the chat. We want to hang with you.
this is gonna be
What up,
dope.
Ethan? What up, Justin?
We got to break down the game guide today. Yesterday Heavy Metal Season 4 ended. Today, Heavy Metal Season 3 ended yesterday. Heavy Metal Season 4 kicks off today. A lot of rule changes, a lot of differences. The Rift has not kicked off quite yet. Is coming September 7th. So we'll definitely get prepped for that. We'll talk all about it. But yo, that gamer
Oh,
guide
and
is
then
a
freaking Rec
lot.
League Coda founder boxes are available for claim. Some people are already claiming theirs. So
Yo, I
we
saw that
might,
there was different tiers for that. Is that true?
dude, I just saw, anti-hero, tagged us and was like, how did I do? And I saw one that had the same Yuga colors on the box. I was like,
Ooh,
yo, like there's maybe
yeah.
rarities. I know they were all randomized parts for these, mechs, which they can still be randomized, but they could be in different rarity classes. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was super sick. Have you claimed yours yet? I know, we
No,
talked
dude,
about
I didn't
claiming
even
ours
know
earlier.
we could. I thought I'd wait till tomorrow, but apparently it's tomorrow already.
Yeah, it was August 31st, roughly around I believe 6 p.m. PST that they announced that we could go ahead and claim. Very excited to do that. I didn't rush. I took a little bit of our own advice out there and said, don't be the first one. Waiting, make sure you start to see those posts of like, yeah, it's all good. You also can use your warm.xyz or delegate cash, so
Mm,
you don't
mm,
have to
mm,
do,
mm.
you don't have to connect your hardware wallet, which makes us all feel a lot better. But
Great.
I'm gonna probably do that in the morning because I'm partaking tonight, and I don't want to make a mistake.
Well,
So
shit, I might do it. I might do
shit.
it.
Well, you know what? You can't really make too much of a mistake. The warm wallet for myself's already set up, so I guess it should be
Yeah,
fairly
we
easy,
can we
right?
can check it out. You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
all
Like,
right, all
we'll
right,
see. We'll
all
see.
right. We'll
We'll see
get
what
there. We'll
this
get
is
there,
all about.
bro. So, like Sean, first of all, what did you think of season 3? Any takeaways before we even
Heavy
jump
Metal
into it?
Forge.
Yeah, yeah,
Heavy
yeah.
Metal Forge season 3. Well, dude, season 3. That the biggest difference between like season 3 versus the first two seasons. It was the first time I bought votes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the grind was really tough for the first two seasons. I was managing heavies. I I ended up getting 3 epics for season 1, season 2, and then in season 3, I'd say the end of season 2, that was, like, really tough because, like, the numbers just became so crazy. Everyone was competing. Remember, like, 24 points was, like, 80
Yeah.
votes or something like that. And then so many of the homies and people in the community ended up getting knocked out of contention that last week.
Yeah.
And that was tough. And what I think happened is there was enough people that said, "Hey, you know what? For season 3, I'm gonna just settle for a rare instead of going for epic or whatnot, and then I'm gonna sell the rest of my votes." And
Right.
what happened in season 3 is there was an influx of sellers,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
votes went from being like $5 a vote for the first season to like 40 cents a vote
Right.
during season 3. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
so that was where I was just like, you know what? It might make a little more sense if I think about my time and how much I put into like grinding for votes. I'll pay 18 bucks to pad my votes real quick, for a couple of days.
yeah, yeah.
So it ended up working out. I ended up securing 3 epics
Nice, congrats.
and yeah, I'm just consistent. All 3 of my heavies, I should say 2 of the heavies that I had since day 1, those those have 3 epics. I have a knight that I got like halfway in the season of season 1 and that has a rare and 2 epics. So I'm
Nice.
happy, I
Yeah,
do plan on maybe getting rid of that 3rd one.
right.
Um, and so we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I ended up copying it on the dip, when it was like point 0.5. I don't know what they're at right now, to be honest with you, but
Bro, I don't even look anymore. It's I
but it's
don't
the same old grind.
yeah,
I'm on the road to 90 during season 3. So it was just constantly building tiles. For some of the other ones that I'm managing, it was just like, you know, building out to 60, deleting, and now just upgrading tiles. So it's the same old, in
yeah.
terms of gameplay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, straight up, Raji said it best. Season 4 is kind of lacking so far. Open the rift, already. And so season 3, season 4, as of right now until September 7th, it's fairly the same game, right? And for myself, you know what? I'll share a little painful story with you guys. I've been sharing my journey of Reaver 594. Season 1, I was very lucky. The community helped me get into the legendary status. I secured that one. Season 2, I got lucky again and secured a legendary. Season 3, I was on pace. I was on pace to get a legendary. I was at 111th, and then I went to Fuck It weekend in Miami to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of my of the MAYC club, and I fully committed to that Fuck It theme, and I fucked myself, and I fumbled, and I totally fucked up because
It seems appropriate.
bro, I ended the season 142 and I needed to be 133 to get legendary. So, yes, I am very grateful that I
Oh,
finished
okay.
4 in the top 200 for an epic. However, I missed getting legendary by 9 places. And if I would have
Dang.
planned better, and I did the same, I bought votes this time because I was like, well, I'm playing a significant amount less. I want a legendary. Maybe I'll pay 100, 150 bucks, whatever it was. And if I would've thought to pay that during the weekend and let someone take care of that for me, it'd have been straight.
Oh, oh,
An extra
oh.
100 bucks or so, right? But I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think I was so excited about Miami. I was so excited to see
All
friends.
right. You got
So, you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have 2 legendaries, and there's still 4 more seasons, right? So there's still opportunity for different things, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
secured 4 epics this season myself between myself and NFT Traveler and the ones we own and we're all good. Like let's see what else is going on and season 4 sounds like there's quite a bit of a difference. So, earlier in our spaces, Sean and I went in depth with so many of our homies there and we talked about the heavy metal game guide and I think it's a great opportunity to do it here with everyone hanging out and retouch this and just kind of take the time that we had between earlier and now, whatever we may have learned, because I spent a lot of time trying to digest it. Uh, I think you probably did as well. So let's go ahead and go to
I've
heavy
just been
metal.
hanging out, man. I've just been hanging out with like the crew in VC, just listening to everyone there.
In where? In where?
Into the other space voice channel.
In our Discord?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So if anyone wants to join the Discord, otherspace.fm, you can go to our website, find the Discord link there. We have a really amazing community that's been actively growing, who's really focused on kind of helping each other out and understanding all these different games that Yuga is delivering. Because it sounds like now we got a lot of different games on the horizon, man. Heavy Metal Season 4, the Rift sounds pretty epic. Legends of the Mara, that 2D
Yeah.
experience and that beta, that's going to keep us busy as well. And we got 10 KTF. So that's just right now. But let's focus on right now. I'm getting a little distracted with that sauce.
Oh, it's all good, man. Shout out to the community. Shout out to everyone pulling up. I see you, Dirk, Vlad, Salsa.
So, oh, I want some salsa.
Bastard. No. But yeah, man, I think like we were all anticipating like season 4, 5, and 6 to be different, like, all
Yeah,
right, cool. Like there has to be some other way to contribute to the leaderboard because at the end of the day, and what I'm learning about still is like votes ain't going away, and the importance of being in a good place by the end of the season on the leaderboard is ultimately what determines the amp that you get.
right.
And the amp is going to determine how you evolve from an Evo 1 to an Evo 2 and eventually Evo 3. So, you still got to vote, you still got to do all that stuff, but there are some things that you can do to make things a little bit easier. Earn passive votes, go on these missions, get votes along the way as you hit certain milestones. So, they're trying to mix it up, and I can appreciate that. They got a competitive dungeon crawler that we're supposed to experience on September 7th and
Oh,
beyond.
yeah.
And that's essentially when we enter the rift. And that is what we're kind of talking about right now. Like I think the majority of like this breakdown is going to be more so on what happens when we enter the rift. We don't know yet. There's no explainer video yet. So we're just kind of like want to, go
A little
through it
live
with you
research.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
do some live research. And then like from you all in the chat, I think it's important for you to share like what you took away and if we're wrong or anything like that, because we're certainly trying to wrap our heads around everything and process.
I would definitely say there's no opportunity for us to be wrong because none of us know what's right. So this is a fantastic opportunity to speculate and share your thoughts and explore and kind of ideate because some of these may be, actually right on the nose. So Sean,
Yeah.
let's go through this game guide, man.
Considering we had NGB Spen pop
Oh,
up in OTHERspace FM today and
yo,
just
shout out to him.
was able to answer all the questions, and be there for the community, like, thank you, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
that was
We'll
some
go
king shit right there.
we'll go ahead and put the link to that spaces in the description of this video for anyone who missed it and wants to tune in and
Yeah,
is
pick
curious
up
what
the
we're
second
referencing.
half.
Yeah, it was really good stuff. But the Heavy Metal Forge game guide is quite a quite a bit of information. So let's go ahead and explore that because there's a lot more to the next 3 seasons of the game, and I think it's gonna be insanely important for us to digest this. So, Sean, you wanna kick it off with the reading?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what we're reading too, because there's a lot. I
Alright.
don't want to go through too much, but
What
I
is the
think
basics here?
the main thing is going through the hunt,
Okay.
and the hunt is where all the alpha is as it relates to season 4.
Right, as much of that was already there previously to these seasons, right? So this is kind of the new content that's been added.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So this is the hunt. Um,
Ugh.
this is like what happens when we go through the rift. This is the dungeon crawler. Um, and so yeah, there's a lot in here.
It's interesting if you just look at the video in the background behind the hunt and kind of visualize it like, okay, we're not going into different people's plots. We're going to different worlds, right? We'll touch on that
Yeah,
later,
you
but
see these other like cool tiles.
yeah,
And
it's like
it
you can
has that kind of area of view, where it has that circle and everything else is a little bit darker and you probably don't know what it is until it comes into the scene.
I love that.
So you kind of have to explore using the left click and collect things and hunt for things, gather things, fight things. But yeah, I think they go through a couple of like key fundamental things. We can kind of get started on it. If you guys
Yeah,
scroll
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
or go click into the hunt.
Let's explore. Absolutely. I'm excited. The first 3 seasons have kept you and your heavy busy crafting, boating, and pooping. Now you're ready to open the rift and explore the new biomes and the outer dimensions. We're not going to digest and read everything, especially because I don't have my glasses on and I can't read everything, but we are going to touch on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Do you want me
Uh,
to control the screen or like you got to click into it?
yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and switch over if you want to tap in.
Okay, I'll do that. Let me do that real quick.
Let's all take a moment and like the video if you haven't already taken the time to do that.
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're at 380 subscribers and we got to get to at least 1,000. Like,
Damn.
come on, homies.
Come on, homies. No, speaking of homies, we got a lot of people that ended up voting for us in the Thank Ape
Yo.
contest, and we're really appreciative. We ended up earning a grant from ApeCoin and Thank Ape. So now we get to make some ApeCoin video tutorials on how to participate with ApeCoin and some of the most common ways that people would want to do that and put it in video format. And so we're super excited and we just want to say thank you for everyone that voted for us, as well as just supported the community. There were so many awesome people, awesome builders that put up their ideas. Some didn't get it, some did, but congratulations to everyone. I think this is a big win for the community.
Yeah.
You know,
Also just exciting for us to take our first step in a DAO type experience with OTHERspace FM,
hmm
to see the community appreciation and voting really suggests maybe there's opportunities for something bigger and more, more fun with the community. So just excited to explore that and thankful as well. But let's continue to go down with this because you're absolutely right, Sean. Like we're very blessed to have that, and we can't wait to crush that, and it's going to be very fun to make. But this alone was worth just taking a moment to appreciate everybody.
yeah, thank you so much. Truly humbled. Like we're both humbled. The amount of support that we ended up getting. We ended up getting like the most votes out of all the different proposals. So
Well, it felt nice as we
crazy.
went for the influencer award and we got the highest amount of votes amongst everyone. That made us feel like we have made an influence and we don't take it lightly. We never have, and we will continue to try to have fun with this, but
Yeah.
also make sure that the content makes sense. So, with that
All right.
said, let's touch on the hunt.
So the first thing that we need to do is you need to
prepare for your expedition. Before you can go anywhere, you'll need to get to the rift. This is the easiest part of your expedition. Just build out your tiles into the fog of war, shrouded area, until the rift portal is in sight. Off you go.
Uh-oh. So all you gotta do is be able to see it, guys. You don't have to touch it, right? So for me today, what I did, because I want to get a little bit
to build up.
closer. Yeah, I did. But on the very far right, so that I didn't actually have to touch it. Because once you touch it, you can't delete it, right? So I just wanted to see it. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
touch it.
Just build it up on the side. You're
Yeah,
good. And then delete those tiles if you need to.
exactly.
You know what I'm
Takes
saying?
4 tiles. 4 tiles.
All right. This is new.
Every heavy gets a battle bag and deployment kit. Your battle bag is where you'll keep your infusions for fights. Your heavies without a companion. For heavies without a companion, there are 4 dedicated slots in the battle bag to hold infusions for your expeditions. Heavies with a companion will have 5 slots. When you set out on an expedition, your battle bag will be stocked with a deployment kit. The exact items in your deployment kit will depend on your heavy class and whether you have a companion, but they'll all contain some combination of materials and useful components for crafting. Heavies with a companion can fill their companion augment slot and receive 3 molds for that slot. They'll also get an extra item in their battle bag, a free crafting thread, and 10% damage boost against enemies. On your very first expedition, you won't have any useful infusions to put into your battle bag, but after your first mission, you'll earn infusions that you'll be able to take with you and use during fights. Despite this, at the start of every expedition, you'll have an opportunity to use your gears and access additional boosts for your battery and base stats to increase your chances of succeeding in your expedition. You can also use gears to access more bonuses to improve your heavy's performance prior to starting an expedition.
I love it. I can't wait. You know, that's the first time we've heard of a companion having a purpose, right? And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways I immediately look at when I see that is
So we get an extra slot. Is that what we get?
we get a little extra sum, right? For sure. So immediately, I don't think that's the only benefit you get, by the way, for a companion. I just think that's one of a few or many to come.
We get 3 molds for that extra augment slot. So, and then we get an extra item slot in the battle bag, as well as a 10% damage boost against enemies. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Every little bit helps. That's what they say.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this kind of goes down. This is interesting because this talks about the base stats. So, why don't we get into that?
Give your heavy a heavy specialization. The base stats of your heavy is dependent on your heavy class. In addition, you'll be able to select one of 3 power cores, which represents specialization you can choose to aid on your expeditions. There's fighter, crafter, and explorer. Each specialization will have an additional effect. Heavy specializing in fighter will recover a portion of their battery upon each enemy kill. A crafter allows a minimal craft proficiency of level 3 and gains more resources when gathering. Having higher craft proficiency means the fail rate will be less when crafting an item. Explorers consume half as much battery energy as the other specializations, allowing them to stay in the rift longer. Besides selecting a specialization, each heavy will also have its own base stat depending on its class. Note, this is a one-time free selection before entering the rift for the first time. This is locked to your heavy until you find another mold and materials to craft another power core for a different specialization. You also have the option of refining your current power core through materials.
So, looks like we got to choose our specialization wisely. What do you think you're going to choose first?
I mean, it's tough, right? I have 3 heavies myself that I own, so I'm probably going to do one of each. But I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing, right? That's just my immediate like, oh, well, shouldn't I have one of each, right?
Salsa's doing that.
Yeah, that's the most obvious play. But is there a benefit for me having because this is something I asked Ben in Spaces earlier when he was hanging out was, can my characters only do this action or can they still fight, explore, and craft? And he said they can do all of them. It just gives them a little extra. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I got to figure out maybe because like I have 2 Reavers. They both look like fighters to me. So do I make them both fighters just because they look like fighters, or do I make one a crafter and one a fighter? I don't
So,
know.
based on everything I've seen, I ain't see shit about fighting so far. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? Like, have we seen anything up to this point where it shows like them fighting?
No, not at all. Just
I
exploring and
mean,
wandering about.
I think there was something here because I saw like a verses where it all of a sudden popped up and said, "Here, it's like way down here. fighting. Yeah,
Look how
there's all these
long.
guys, this versus thingy-majig, right? Like all of a sudden, boom, versus. Like, oh shit, you're in combat mode. And then there's some sort of combat mode, which we'll get into in a little bit. But if you have a specialization and you're a fighter, then uh every single and it says heavy specializing in fighter will recover a portion of their battery upon each enemy kill. So it just gives you more time. You know what I mean? Gives you more time in the rift every time you fight someone and win. But like to me, I feel like crafter is what I'm gonna end up choosing. Um for my main one. Like a crafter allows a minimal craft of proficiency of level 3. So apparently we'll have like different levels, and the least you can get is level 3 craft proficiency. So I think that's cool. And then as you gather more resources, you get even more when gathering. So I have a feeling that's what I'm gonna end up doing is going with the crafter.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how we all play it.
Yeah.
For people who only have one, don't feel limited to like. It sounds like even you don't have to have all three of them to experience the game or two of them. Just one should be more than enough, especially because all three of them can do the action. So,
Yeah. This is look what Bastard said. He's like, yo, same for me, but I need to see what the class base stats are first. So he's right. Like each of the classes, you know, biodynamic, glitch, knight, reaver, celestial, hollow, legendary, each of those will have base stats. And so based off of that, you might want to boost something that's complementary to those stats. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you said, if a Reaver is already a fighter, like do you need to specialize in that to get the extra boost
oh, I see
for
what you're
that?
saying. Like
Well,
maybe you want to
hey,
do what it.
maybe it's like even more efficient, and then bam, you're getting a lot of energy by beating these enemies proficiently and getting more time in the rift to gather shit and all that stuff. But I can also see it where like whatever your weaknesses are, go for something that will help aid it. You know what I mean? Like complement it.
I mean, that's a great thought process and something I hadn't thought about because all I thought was like for Explorer, right? Maybe on the one that I have the longest energy, I might want to put that on as an Explorer to extend its life. But in reality, maybe I may want to put that on my shortest heavy in terms of energy capacity so that
Yeah.
it could have, more of a fair shot compared to the other ones, right? So I think it's going to be a balancing game. This game, we've always said it is very much a balancing game.
Yeah, it is a balancing game. All right. Choose your expedition wisely.
Once you enter the rift, choose which expedition you'd like your heavy to go on and which difficulty level you think it can handle. Each difficulty level has a different energy cost for entry, battery consumption during the expedition, and loot types. To reach the next difficulty level, the previous difficulty level needs to be successfully completed. There are 4 biomes to choose from for your expedition, but 5 biomes in all. One can only be accessed through the other biomes. We heard it's pretty cool. Good luck. Note: Biomes biome tiles function in the same way as forge tiles, with one exception. They give you 1 passive vote per day, and you can earn a biome tile by completing all the levels for its corresponding biome. Then bask in the glow of your extra votes, up to
Oh.
+1 vote per biome tile type each day.
I mean, that's huge, right? That's huge for a lot of people who will be able to achieve these biomes and get passive votes. I think this is one of the first times where I know it's one of the first times they're introducing passive voting to the game, which is
Yeah, we are all
fantastic for
wondering, like,
people.
what the fuck was that? What's
Yeah,
passive
but
voting?
like it's fantastic for people who may not have actively outreach to the community and just wanted to play the game by themselves or in a smaller group, right? But still, now Yuga's given them an opportunity to get better amps, perhaps because they have this opportunity to get passive votes. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I'm actually looking up the word biome. A
All right.
large naturally occurring community of flora and fauna occupying a major habitat,
Mm,
for example, a forest or tundra. Okay.
nice.
So yeah, biome tiles. I guess basically we got to choose these different expeditions, and they all have different difficulty levels. And so when we enter an expedition, it's going to cost us energy. Uh, it's going to have a different level of battery consumption during it, and you're going to yield different loot types for the different difficulty levels in biomes.
Right.
So I guess that's what they're calling them, biomes. And what you can do is when you uh, essentially beat all of the different difficulty levels within that biome, then you'll earn a biome tile. And then that gives you the rewards for passive voting, one per day.
And Ben earlier said a 5 max total per forge.
Oh, okay. Good catch.
Yeah.
Well, they have expedition cheat sheet. We can, if you want, we can quickly go through this. Left click to move around. That's how you're going to be moving around the forge or the rift. It looks like right here they're just clicking, and then I would
Interesting.
imagine
Collect
like
me.
all of those different things outside of it you can't really see, so it needs to come into that circle, so it forces you to go explore and keep clicking around.
Right, and you see that collect me, it looks like we're gonna be picking up and acquiring pieces, and that's part of the description
Yeah,
here is that, you need to start to acquire particular pieces, to achieve certain builds. They talked about molds earlier, so excited to read, Collect, Craft, and Fight because that seems to be a very big part of the next season.
yeah. Let's this is like a quick overview, and then it actually breaks it down a little deeper, just slightly below. So we'll just quickly do the overview.
Collect, craft, and fight. Your expedition to biomes will consist of three main activities: gathering, crafting, and fighting. There are three main categories of materials you can gather: biotics, technics, and gemstones. The gemstones are considered most rare as a whole and can only be used to refine materials, molds, power cores, augments, and keys. You can craft three different kinds of items: augments, infusions, and keys. During an expedition, you may encounter some enemies. Fight them off before your battery depletes. Complete an expedition by finding the exit portal.
Yo, I just wanna touch on something, and it's the same thing I thought earlier, and I took it away, right now. Go back to the gemstone part. It says, uh, the gemstones are considered most rare as a whole, which makes me immediately think that we're gonna find fractions of gemstones and then have to assemble them to have the whole gemstone, which will be the most valuable component, right? So I don't know if I'm wrong in that, but that's how I'm reading that.
Interesting. So yeah,
Yes.
like what are we looking at here? Are we looking at biotics? We looking at techniques? And we looking at gemstones right here? Those are the three.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know.
Okay.
No idea. But this looks like an amp. This looks like the other side logo or the heavy metal logo. These look like little critters. There's a lot more to discover still.
Yeah, we gotta looks like we gotta keep an eye out on our battery right here. So when we're in the rift, we got a little battery.
When you go out on an expeditions, your heavy is dependent on the amount of energy it has in its battery, which determines how long it can hunt. The most important thing to remember is that once the heavy's battery deplete, the expedition ends. If your heavy batteries deplete before locating the exit portal, you're going to lose 50% of your heavy's battle bag content. To prevent this, you can choose to use gears to refill the battery in order to finish the exploration. You'll get a warning that your battery is low. The amount of gears needed to refill the battery doubles every time if it is in the same expedition.
I mean, that's super important. The battery life it sounds like the amount of time we get to play the game or be in the Rift. I'm
So this
almost
says
taking
like
the Rift as like a
125,
second game.
125. So like, are we talking 125 seconds?
Hmm.
125 minutes? Probably 125 seconds.
What was that, two
Or
minutes?
is it just arbitrary? Like, here's 125. It's just going to like keep counting down. Like this could be every 10 seconds.
I think it might be like that, how we've been acquiring, points.
Energy,
They're like,
because
yeah, they're like random numbers, it seems like.
the energy was like for the tiles, it's energy per second or
Okay.
EPS.
Oh,
So like
Jesus.
every single second that you're over one of the tiles, it's by second. So I don't know what the
We got him, one of the homies saying, gotta be arbitrary. No way it's second. So
okay, good.
we'll see. We'll
'Cause
see.
yeah, 125 seconds is not long.
Yeah, that's 2 minutes, right? I think.
Yeah, you
That
gotta
would be
find a good
irritating.
balance.
But I am curious how long the Rift is gonna work, especially for people who own multiples. Like, I'm thinking of people who own hundreds of heavies, and if you have to go in there and explore and pick up and do all this, like, how is that gonna affect the gameplay or the time spent, right? So, we'll see. That's all TBD and just curiosity.
Yeah.
What do we got here? I'm guessing the
So
biomes will
Bastard,
be go for it?
no, you go.
No, please.
No, you.
I don't have my glasses on, so
I'm guessing these biomes will be procedurally generated, so the exit portal will be in a different location each time you enter. Yeah, you better freaking find that exit portal because, dude, if you can only see what's in that little circle, you better find that exit portal, dude. Because otherwise, I'm not trying to lose half of my battle bag as I'm collecting and gathering shit. And then if time runs out before you find that exit portal, like half of it's gone.
oh,
You
that's
know what I'm
brutal.
saying?
Yeah, that's brutal. I don't like that
Yeah,
idea at all.
that's how they get you, though.
That is how they
You,
get you.
you gotta have some gears. Look at this thing, like 97,000 gears ready to go.
They're gonna make me spend ape coin, aren't they? I haven't spent one yet. If you look at those missions, it almost seems like they force you to use ape coin, so
Yeah, what's ApeCoin at right now, dude?
not nearly high enough.
I know, but what is it at?
Like $1.50, somewhere in that range.
Say it's $1.50. So
That's
what?
Spen's account right there, if that's anything.
um, yeah, we're looking at. Let's see, was it if one gear is every like 127?
That's like at least 46,000 and 50,000 minimum.
That's I think if I'm doing the math right,
It's like
if I'm doing 97,500 divided by 120, what 128? That's 761 ApeCoin right there. That's a lot. Am I right in that? No, that I can't be right.
I don't know. It doesn't
I can't
matter.
do math. It's late and
Let's keep it moving. We don't do math and we only can read when there's one person reading to us.
yeah. Oh, dude. All right.
They
That
said this
secret fifth.
man, I read The Secret Fifth Bone.
That secret fifth bone.
If you successfully complete an expedition, depending on the rate of completion and difficulty level, you may have a chance to enter the Shimmer biome
Ooh.
to hunt for more gemstones and special materials. Entering the Shimmer biome is
So that
optional.
oh. Optional. I was gonna say it sounded like you had to be lucky to get in there, but optional.
Look at this in the background. Like it says tech biome. It's like really light. Looks like iridescent.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait. You know what?
The
I'm just gonna say
shimmer.
I'm just gonna say right now, OTHERspace will absolutely have to stream some of this live. Not the whole season like we did before, but if anyone's out there and has a really dope forge and wants to stream with us down the line, just hit us up, comment, let us know, because we're down to explore it. And I think a lot of this game has been about exploring other heavies, the other forges, seeing what other people are cooking up. So I know we'd be down to explore that together. All right, what's the offer for this, man? Because we finally get something. It seems like of maybe value.
Yeah, we
'Cause-
knew we would have like a competitive edge if we had a BAYC, MAYC, or BAKC. Um, but I guess it really just kind of goes through like crafting threads. Like for BAYC, you get 2, for MAYC, you get 1, BAKC, you get 0. Um, and that's the one that's like really exclusive. Uh, they also have 2 battle bag slots for BAYC, 1 for MAYC, and 1 for BAKC. And then they have chests. But in order, like, so you already get 1 legendary chest, 1 rare chest, 1 legendary key, 1 rare key, and 1 augment. So in order to open up a chest, you do need a key and you got to craft it. So those are some of the things that, even if you find a chest, you got to craft a key. And already you kind of start off with, for BAYC, you start off with the legendary chest, the rare chest, as well as a key for each of those. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
All right. So now it goes in to gathering, which is one of the 3 things that you're going to be doing. You're going to either be gathering, crafting, or fighting. So, should we talk about like what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
3 types of materials we're going to be gathering?
Absolutely. Let's not read the whole thing because, like, as I'm looking at this,
Mhm.
we're barely halfway through the game guide, right? So we'll put a link
Yeah.
to the game guide
Mm.
and to the heavy metal page in the description. We don't want to kill Sean's voice because he already read so much of this to us today, and absolutely
We did it in the
loved it.
space, and I was like, "Should we do it? Should we do it again? I don't want
Yeah,
to overdo
nah.
it, but
You know what I
it's
want
fun."
to talk about later at this point in this video shortly is the fighting component because that's not something we touched on earlier, and I'm
Yeah,
very
I'm
curious.
down to like maybe
Yeah.
skim through it. You know what I
Let's
mean?
just touch like just the bold points and let's get to the parts we didn't touch earlier, which are the fighting and towards the end, right?
All right, why don't we do the 2x voice?
All right.
There are 3 types of gathering. No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, so 3 types of materials. Looks like there are biotics, techniques, and gemstones. Biotics and techniques serve as the basis, and they're the easiest to find. Gemstones are considered the most rare as a whole and can only be used to refine the molds, power cores, and the keys
Right.
that we
Second
craft.
times they reference gemstones as a whole. So really that's interesting verbiage, right? They're very particular with their language. Let's keep going.
Yeah, and keys and holes, like, yeah,
Oh, you
it's all
fool.
tied in.
You're crazy.
If you're able to find the entrance to the 5th biome, you'll have the opportunity to gather tech stones, which are the rarest type of gemstones for refining. All right, material combos. So, when you're gathering materials, keep in mind how they work together. All right, so look at this, dude. It's like you need this plus this, and then you can get one of these.
Right. And like you can get a key down here. You can get a mold. These look like molds in the front. These look like some kind of component
This is a
element.
mold, right?
Right.
This is
And then boom.
material.
And then now you have your object.
And then you got the item or object. Okay, so when gathering materials, keep in mind how they work together. Fusing a technic material with a mold will craft equipment. Wait, which one of these are equipment? This?
Yeah, that looks like maybe a lantern or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's what we need in the dungeon. Um, fusing a biotic material with a mold can craft a battery refill. So that must be biotic right here, dude.
Okay, okay. I can
Um,
see that.
fusing 3 biotics, that's the number 3, with a mold can craft a key.
A
And then
key.
fusing a material, a mold, or a key with a gemstone, boom, 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 right here, um, can improve the selected elements by 1 tier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So fusing a material, a mold, or a key with a gemstone will improve the selected elements by 1 tier. So these gemstones make it more rare.
Love it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
So would you say like that's what they mean as a whole?
yeah,
Is like you
like
got to
it's
combine it with these other things?
yeah, 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 yeah. Like almost, yeah, exactly. Like almost you're taking a diamond and palladium and putting them together into a piece of jewelry or something, you know, like maybe you're leveling it up in some capacity. Interesting. All right, let's keep it going.
Material rarity and crafting success. Higher rarity components of the same category, for example, all bionic materials will craft higher rarity items when you craft. Higher rarity materials have a higher chance to be successfully crafted. Each time you craft, there's a chance you may fail to craft the item. More on that below. So, material rarity and crafting success. I guess the higher the rarity, the less likely it's able to fail, or the higher chance it'll be successful. So, looks like they have like bronze, silver, and gold right here. But they also got like this purple and this gray one.
All right. There seems to be 5 tiers, right? Common, uncommon, rare, epic, yuga, whatever it
Oh
is.
shit. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. All right. Material tier and crafting time. So what is this? That shows like crafting and more timers.
Minutes, seconds, right? MS.
Yeah. When you're ready to craft items from your materials, the crafting time depends on the material that's used. Each new material in the crafting station adds to the total crafting time. The higher materials tier, the longer the time required to process it.
And this is what we talk about often, right? With the time mechanism to be some form of like staking or actively doing an action. So that leads to the opportunity for rewards down the line, I think, in my opinion.
So, do you need to go through the rift to craft, or is it mostly just to gather and fight?
You know, I think about that a lot. When we think about that earlier image we saw where the heavy metal was kind of in its world and it had little boxes around its forge and it had little actions it looked like it accomplished. I think you're right, and maybe onto something is some of the actions are in the rift, some of the actions are in the forge. And we're gonna kind of have to like go explore, gather, craft back at home because like you wouldn't craft out on, you know, out in the elements perhaps. You'd most likely craft at your home base where you had your equipment and whatever. So
Mhm.
that absolutely makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I'm just reading some of the things in the chat. Jordan said, I'm thinking all this crafting is for weapons that we'll use on the final boss.
Yeah.
And the more damage you do on the boss, the more ape coin you'll receive.
Yeah. That's like
Dirk
right on the nose.
Dirk said, I think there are they are I think some are for stat upgrades to your heavy too. That will increase your overall power score. And so they did talk about the power score and how that is going to be significant, along with the amps that really carry beyond the forge.
Yeah,
So
and they also introduced missions this season, and I'll tell you that I'm still pretty focused on my original game plan, and I'm not gonna get distracted by the missions because I still haven't reached Portal 4 on many of my forges, so, that's just an aside.
yeah, and it says here, after coming back from a hunt, you'll likely have gathered some materials for crafting. So I feel like crafting happens at the crafting station in your forge.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
I
you don't
I
need to
agree.
be in the rift for that. So
Especially if it has to do with battery life, like, the battery life would probably have to do to an action, which is, like, fighting or exploring, and the exploring is the pick up where it says, like, "Grab me," or "Collect me," or whatever, you know? So,
mhm.
that totally makes sense. Alright, let's get
Well, let's
what
see
is
let's
this?
see what they say about crafting because this is the first time I'm going through all this like more in detail, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
Uh choose the type of item that you want to craft.
What you can craft will be dependent on the types of materials used. Keys are used to open loot chests. Augments are equipable items for your heavy. They are meant to improve your core stats while in the hunt. These stats can be further upgraded with augments of higher quality. And power cores are the one of three specializations you can choose from before starting an expedition.
So you got power cores, which is being shown right here. Right here. That's a power core. That says fighter on the side. And notice the fighter is also the same color as a hunter vessel.
Mhm.
um, and then you have keys, which open loot boxes, and then augments, which looks like a gear, and those are equipable items to your heavy that you don't
Interesting.
get to keep, but it does have an effect while you're in the hunt. Um, we're talking about crafting here, right?
Right,
So this is basically like first you want to choose the type of item that you want to craft. So we're either crafting a key, we're crafting an augment, or we're changing up our power core and we're crafting one of those. So your power core could, if you start crafting one of those, which Ben said it could take a long time, um, that at least allows you to change your specialization each time you go into the rift.
right, right,
So
right.
that could be beneficial based on like the difficulty level or what you're trying to achieve.
Or the simple fact that you may sell your object and someone else may wanna choose a different path down the line.
What do you mean?
Like
Sell your object. What do you mean by sell
S
your object?
sell my heavy metal, right? Like, because these are independently owned heavy metals, I if I'm building it and I decide I've made all these selections and whatever, they're not forever. Like, it seems as if I sell it and, Joe Blow over here picks it up, he can wait for the right timing, get the right objects, and he can change certain components up to make it more appreciative or more, of his own, let's say, right? So it isn't so finite, as it were.
Yeah, because whoever, so you're saying like, yeah, if you make the first decision, it still gives people the flexibility to change it afterwards,
Absolutely,
regardless
yeah. Yeah,
if it's
exactly.
yourself or someone else. Okay.
Right, exactly.
All right. Choose the mold of your item. Once you choose what item you want to craft, you'll be given the option to choose a mold for that item. So, just based off of what we're seeing here, we got like I can see a key. I can see a
Yeah,
four-leaf clover. I can see that biome. No, not biome. The what biotics.
sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
All right. Cool. Well, these are all molds. Those are all molds. And
Yeah.
then it says good things take time.
Oh,
It
okay.
takes time to craft, so the rarer the materials are, the longer the crafting takes. Crafting threads, which is one of the things that you get if you have a BAYC. In your craft tab, shows what items are currently being crafted and how much longer until completion. Um, Crafting the same mold earns you proficiency points for that mold. So the more you craft that mold, the more efficient your level is. And that's where if you choose that crafter specialization, is that what they called it? Crafter?
I think so, yeah.
You'll automatically have a proficiency level 3.
Interesting.
So if you end up choosing that as your specialization, it says crafting the same mold earns you proficiency points for that mold. And so, yeah, if you have that specialization, you're already at a level 3, which helps you be successful in that craft. Once you reach the next proficiency level for that mold, it becomes faster and safer to craft. You'll see this ability in your bonuses tab. So what are we looking at here? We got like craft key, 39 minutes.
Ooh, so that means it's more rare, a little bit rare, right?
Craft consumable. So here's a battery refill.
So a consumable, quick action, something you're going to consume and be on with.
The
And
battery's going to deplete, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So, and then you have refine shape speedy. So what is
Just
that?
real quick, I heard Vlad down here in the comments say there's a new 10K TF mission, which is on for an hour. So, definitely
Shit.
want to pay attention to that. They're doing all kinds of I
No.
don't know that I have any characters left to play with all the bounties and all the.
Time out. I gotta do this shit real quick. Sorry, hold on one sec.
All right, well, let's not
okay.
make this show a whole another hour so that I can
No,
also
I
do
know.
it.
I know. I just want to make sure. I promised Nash I'd also text him. New mission. He's probably asleep.
Like, wake up, wake up, wake up.
1 hour.
I really am a little, they've spread out so many things with the bounties and with this these little pop-ups. It's interesting, right? They did one for the Asian time market is what they said in the Discord earlier, as well as they did one earlier this afternoon. So good looking out, Vlad. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Getting
Vlad.
that little alpha. That's what the community loves all about. I'm gonna be real honest with you. This has been a hell of a day, and my eyes are getting heavy as well. We're not gonna end. We're not gonna end just yet, but we're not gonna go another half an hour. We'll probably go another 10, 20. Just kind of digest the best parts of this. I want to talk about the battle parts. That's still something I haven't really digested myself. And I've been dying to fight someone in this game with this badass Reaver I have and his cool looking sword. So curious to see how that works out. But when Spen was in our spaces earlier, he said season 4 and 5, the characters you are going to fight are going to be like minions to a degree. Not his wording, but mine. And then season 6, you're going to be fighting the big boss. So there will be quite a different, character you will have to fight in terms of badassness, let's say. All right, what do we got here, Sean? We're looking at
I just had to
gemstones.
throw in the OTHERspace Discord. Shout out to Vlad. Thank you for that. We need to make sure like the community knows that there's a battle mission going on because a lot of people missed that first one. So
Yeah,
this is a flash mission. They only last for an hour, or at least you can only register for an hour. So
yeah, we'll
that's
probably
great.
run
Thank
this
you.
spaces another 20 minutes so that I can jump off and jump into there too, because I don't want to miss it, dog.
Oh yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good.
All right,
All
cool.
right, use gemstones to refining a material, a mold, a key, fusing it with a gemstone can improve the selected elements by 1 tier.
Ooh.
Remember, gemstones you collect can only be used for refining. So refining is just making it better. You know what I mean? So gemstones, you're basically increasing the rarity for any of these things, a material, a mold, or a key.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna do a lot of exploring and collecting, and I look forward to that.
Look
Ooh,
at
that's
this,
a nice
dude.
Reaver. That's nice.
Yeah, like, are we talking about like what does this mean? Add companion,
we
add
get to
core
equip
system,
it.
add vac coil.
So that means we're
So
picking up things and getting to decide what we add to, right? So I'm looking forward to that as well.
all
You
right.
have another slot because of your companion?
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
So what do we have? Add wave lens, add flux conduit, add vac coil, add core system. Equip your heavy with your crafted items. Note, augments on your heavy are not permanent or carried beyond playing the Forge or the Hunt, but your overall stats from your augments will be used to generate a power score that will affect your heavy's future experience beyond season 6 in the Forge. All right. So yeah, the big thing here is like augments. You can equip them, but you don't expect to keep these augments. It's really just to increase your power score. So don't get married to it.
Nice. Okay.
Crafting can fail. Each time you craft, there's a chance you may fail to craft that item. The rarer your components, the more likely you'll succeed in crafting an item. If you fail, you'll lose the materials used in attempting to craft that item. If you're crafting an item type that you're already previously crafted, the chance of success is higher. You'll see this ability in the bonuses tab. So, yeah, that's interesting.
I love that.
The key to crafting keys. Be sure to craft the correct rarity of key. For example, you cannot use a common key to open an uncommon chest. Once you craft a key, look out for the loot chests hidden throughout the biomes on your next expeditions.
Ooh.
Loot chests can contain a variety of materials or even fully crafted augments. So they got, I love this, crappy boxes. Call a spade a spade. It is what it is. That's what that common is.
Mhm.
And then you got something like epic, and then it looks like legendary over at the very top, right?
Nice.
So if I have a key, are you saying that if I have like a common key or a crappy key, I need to use gemstones to upgrade that?
Oh. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
I think,
interesting,
I
man.
think that's kind of what we need to do.
They brought so much information to this game guide update. Like, it's gonna be one thing to read it. It's an entirely different thing to play the game. All right, let's keep going.
I'm learning along the way, as I'm like
Absolutely.
reading this, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, okay. You can dismantle augments and infusions. All augments and infusions can be dismantled by putting them alone in the crafting station. Dismantling an item is an opportunity for you to collect needed materials, refine components, or craft something entirely new. The dismantling time depends on the material tier. Don't dismantle all willy nilly. There are consequences. When you dismantle, all the materials will be lost. You'll only have a chance to get your mold back.
Oh, okay.
All right, so be careful dismantling, you'll lose materials. All right, here's fighting.
Yeah,
During
that's
an
the part.
expedition, you may encounter some creatures to fuck up your day.
Ooh.
All right, the rules of
Combat.
That's what I've been waiting for. Let's go.
A few hints so you don't have to fuck around and find out. Combat starts only with your heavy enters the enemy's attack range. Combat is turn based, meaning your heavy and the enemy will take turns bunking each other until one is defeated. On your heavy's turn, you can do one of three options: perform a basic attack, which is the default selection, a special attack, or activate an infusion. Once you choose an option, the player turn ends and the enemy will input their selection. Once both turns play out, the player will be able to move their heavy again on a fresh turn. When in combat, the heavy can move freely, but be warned. There is a move bar during each battle, and once that is depleted, the heavy will no longer be able to move until the heavy attacks. When damage is taken, the shield will deplete according to the amount of damage. During combat, heavies can replenish shields with items in their battle bag. Once out of combat, the heavy shield will automatically be restored to 100%. If your heavy shield is depleted, the battery power will start to be consumed in its place. Once battery is empty, the expedition will end. Shields work for the same shields work the same for enemies. So, make sure you defeat them first. Make sure you defeat the first time, or their shields will be fully charged if you encounter them again after fleeing. All right. So
Well,
it's like turn-based attacking.
Squirtle asks, "We fight, and how can I not fight with my knight?" We're not fighting just yet. We're not fighting till September 7th, when the rift opens. But these are absolutely the characters we will be fucking up.
Yeah. Squirrel, you need to be fighting with that knight.
These are cool characters, and I look forward to seeing these creepy crawly motherfuckers in the forges and trying to fuck around and find out, right?
It's
'Cause
cool art, man. I
yeah,
think
it's
heavy
cool.
metal has some of the coolest design, UI. Like they have probably, I don't know. Dookie Dash too. Like that was really cool UI as well.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be a good time, especially when all of a sudden people are incentivized for the rewards of ApeCoin, and know that that'll come at some point for fighting and defeating the big boss. But based on that, that won't be till the season 6 reward, right? So it seems as if it's a culmination reward. You're not gonna get it in season 4 and season 5. You still have tasks to do and things to accomplish.
yeah, this is interesting. Keep your enemies close.
Expect these enemies to be tough, so think twice before you engage. Every enemy has an attack range. Be careful, it may be larger than your heavies.
Mm.
Enemies also have a limited field of view. This means their natural attack range can be limited by obstacles. This allows your heavy to start fights from a closer range, even if your enemy has more range than your heavy. By taking advantage of an enemy's field of view, your heavy can escape suffering minimal damage. If an enemy happens to spot your heavy first, then they get an opportunity attack, which means your heavy can't move on the first turn. Enemies have shields too. If you're about to defeat an enemy, make sure you finish the job. If you flee early, their shields will be fully recharged if you encounter them again. Not all enemies fight the same. Their attack depends on the biome they live in. You'll learn their strengths and weaknesses through combat.
Okay. So you can actually choose to flee on certain enemies. You don't have to engage on every single one.
Good. That's good to know.
But yeah, but I think if there's certain perks, if you have to consider their field of view. They may not be able to move on their first turn if they don't have the right field of view.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool. And then it says enemies also have a limited field of view, which means their natural attack range can be limited by obstacles. This allows your heavy to start fights from a closer range, even if your enemy has more range than your heavy. By taking advantage of the enemy's field of view, your heavy can also escape suffering minimal damage. So, if you feel like you're getting defeated, you gotta try and escape and just kind of pay attention to the field of view. I think that's what we're seeing right here too. You see that second field of view kind of
Yeah.
pop
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. That second ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's super cool.
All right.
Wow, we did it, guys. We did it. That took a little bit to digest the game guide, but Yuga delivered quite a bit of content to the season 4 And I'm guessing season 5 and season 6 update as of right now. They may add more to this, but as of now, this is what we have. Amazing update. Now, Sean and I have played. I don't know actually, Sean, if you played today or not. I played a little bit of season 4 today. Not much has changed in game. There's certain things that Ben said, you want to get 5 cows, 10 cows, 15 cows. NFT Traveler, what she did was she used an upgrade. She went ahead and chose one of those, you could choose anything you want and built out 15 cows, got those upgrades and started
Oh
playing with
yeah.
that.
So yeah,
So,
like all those new missions, right?
yeah,
So here's what it kind of looks like. You got a new missions tab on the bottom right, and you got 3 seasonal achievements. There's 27 days left in this season. Nice. I'm glad you got in on this one, Top Shot.
yeah, I got to get in soon too. I'm like itching. I'm like, oh shit.
All right. So seasonal achievements, build trippy space objects. So to unlock one of the first trippy space objects, you can do it with cows. So
This is
that's
why.
why.
This is why.
Yeah, so to unlock a trippy space object, one of the first ways you can do that is place 5 cow objects on a tile. And that will unlock a trippy like rocket, so to
Right.
speak.
Right.
And then you can start building out those rockets as well.
Yeah.
To start building out trippy space rockets.
That was some great alpha, and we appreciate Spen dropping that earlier today because there's no way in hell I would have figured that out on my own.
The 5 cows unlock the lava lamp. Sorry, not rockets. Lava lamp. Thank you, bastard.
I'll let you do it, Sean. My bad.
No, my bad. 5 cows unlocks the lava lamp. 35 lava lamps completes the mission. And I'm sure like people like Bassett already did the timing for how long that would take.
Oh, it's so long, so long. Yo, this game is something else, man. I can't wait to go through the rift. I'm very excited about being able to fight, being able to have different actions. I have no desire to participate in these missions
Really?
because
Why
zero
not?
because that's gonna distract from my I haven't got the Portal 4 on anything. So I don't really need to be
You can do
focusing
this
on
stuff. Like, look,
also,
hug
Doc,
a heavy.
listen. Spen said earlier today that these, if you did all of the missions, may get you somewhere between 18 and 20 votes, let's say, right? That's not going to move the needle for me right now, based on how many I'm playing and whatever. I still think I can get 4 epics if I just continue my same pattern. So I don't know that I want to waste or not waste my time, but use my time chasing these missions, which may be a distraction, they may be, from getting to my 4th portal, right? Because building out the 4th portal, that shit takes forever. And I have not used 1 ape coin yet, so I don't know that I want to. And I still want to get to that 4th portal.
How far behind you are you to the 4th portal? Because
Bro,
like
on some,
you
on,
should be. We have the same strategy. You should be like on the 85th tile right now.
on some of
Something
them,
around there.
I haven't even gotten to one that has 70. And I only have 2 that have between 60 and 70.
Because you're managing so many.
Yeah, on many of them, I only have 3 portals that are maxed out. Each maxed out portal takes 3 days, right? So, like on my 594 Reaver, I only have 3 portals. The tile average is 18 and every portal is maxed out, but I haven't built to the 4th yet. So,
All right. Well, for those that are going for these achievements, these missions, hug your heavy on a galaxy tile. The way to get it a galaxy tile, apparently, is you got to stop the heavy from going to sleep
oh, that's
5
hard.
times.
That's hard, bro.
So just look for that heavy when it's going to bed, wake it back up, or like just stop it from going to bed. And apparently that will get you one of those galaxy tiles.
I
And then hugging the heavy is really just petting it while it's on that tile.
I've tried and I missed every time, and that's tough because you really got to watch it. So kudos to whoever can accomplish that because that's not easy. He said power score matters. It's permanent. Just want to make sure someone can confirm this. I will say yes, based on what Spen said earlier in Spaces.
And
That
what we
is
just
true.
read.
And what we just read.
The power score will carry on beyond the Forge game.
Right.
So,
And that seems to be the alpha, that beyond
power
the
score
Forge,
amps.
there's going to be another game, right? So I think when we use our Evo ones in whatever the game for Evo 2 is, with the amps, that might be a different game entirely. But with all the acquisitions that Yuga Labs is doing, shit, we could have 30 different games by the end of the year, if we're lucky enough, you know. Um, we could dream.
And
Sean,
then the upgrade trippy towel, that is a premium object.
ooh, what do
So
you say right here? Trippy tiles in the shop for 45 gears.
yeah, thank you. So yeah, that's what I was going to mention, is that this is a premium blueprint. So that means you got to pay for it. So if you ever want to compete for this particular mission, that is going to cost you gears.
And what do you get if you accomplish these missions? You get votes, correct?
Well, yeah, you have like these milestones, which I believe are these light bars along the way. Those you'll end up getting like some instant votes, but once you complete the mission, you'll unlock the passive voting. And so the more missions you complete, then you start getting passive votes each day, I believe. And so that's what it unlocks.
Bro, I'm
Like,
just gonna
who
tell you right
knows?
I'm gonna tell you right now that I just turned on Battletown in a different screen, and it was playing music, and it scared the shit out of me because I thought
Of
someone was
course it's
screaming outside of my window, and I went, "Oh my god, what is that?" So I'm not
of
gonna
course
check.
it did.
I'm not gonna check. I know. If you all don't know, I have super ADHD. I was on a conversation with
Get
Sean the other day,
scared.
and I was like, "Yo, a hawk!" And then the other day with NFT travel, I'm like, "Look, a bunny." So I
No,
can't
you'll
focus.
what I hear is we'll just be on the phone and like, oh fuck. I just got super scared because this bird just came out of nowhere.
Apes don't like birds. You know, there's some predatory birds outside, man.
I
All
heard
right.
this sound. It was crazy.
I don't like loud noises. They are scary. You know that. Is there any more we should digest on this episode of
Well,
Other
dude,
Space PM?
I'm about to claim this.
Oh, you're about to
This
claim your coda?
yeah.
All right, let's look. Let's look. What do you got?
So this is recleague.xyz.
Mm-hmm.
I see claim now is available. I have one coda.
Let's go.
Why don't I just go ahead and do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
So
I would do it live, but I don't have any ether, so I gotta figure that out.
let's see. Claim your box. If you're another side coda holder, it's time to claim your box.
Let's go. Get your box.
Let's get my box. I'm gonna use my warm wallet. I got wallet guard plugged in. I think I'm getting like wind in your microphone, by the way.
Oh, my Dyson's on. It got hot as shit in here.
Okay.
Let me lower the fan. That wind feels nice, though, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, you're another side coda NFT holder. You can claim a box by selecting the NFT you currently own. There's no fee for the claim, but you're responsible for gas.
No, I don't have gas money. Someone
Alright,
sent me
there it
gas
is.
money.
Boom. Preview box. Ooh. Claim.
We can't see what you're looking at.
What?
I can just see claim now, like the original window.
Okay, where am I?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Sorry.
Founders box.
Confirm claim box.
Nice.
Bam. Wallet card's popping up. Looks like it's safe. $3.
Oh, that's not bad.
Please let me get a colorful Yuga box. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Please. No, it's epic.
I mean, that's not bad, right? That's just below legendary. Yo, I would claim, but I legitimately have $1 and 67
Let
and
me hit
49
claim
cents.
again.
So
Let's claim again, dude. Let me claim again. What the hell? Come on, dude. Oh.
man. Hold on, let me
All right.
hold on. I want to claim 2, man. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can.
Shit.
I got 3 to claim, so hold on.
You know,
Hold on.
Bastard, yeah, they have random parts, but probably the highest rarity I get is epic. You know what I mean?
Listen, guys, I don't have any ETH. I'm gonna put my address in there. If anyone wants to send me $10, feel free. I'm joking, but I'm also not joking because I'm like, shit, hold on. I want to claim these. Also,
Yeah.
Sean, there's not a cutoff tonight, right? There's a cutoff in a few days.
2 weeks.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I have way too many fucking wallets, and I don't have anything in them anymore. All right, hold on. Nope, that's not money. All right, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Bear with me, guys. I gotta
Good luck.
get this. No, I gotta see what I got. Can you guys hear my dog Coda snoring, by the way?
No. But to answer Bastard's question, yeah, they got rarity, dude.
Bro. All right.
Man.
All right. Sean, where'd you get the I
And you
hope
don't
I'm
need a
sending it to the right
KYC.
wallet.
Recleague.xyz.
All right, hold on. I gotta see what wallet I have it attached to. This is part of the thing of being like wallet secure is spreading it out, but also make sure you label it well because that's something I struggle with. All right, claim my box. I'll bring the screen up in a moment if it's the correct wallet. I'm just trying to make sure I don't.
Oh, that's cool. In the meantime, I'll see if I can enroll in a Battletown mission.
God damn it. I send money to the wrong wallet, and that's not the right fucking wallet. Well, anyone can send money to that wallet I showed earlier, but that's not the right wallet.
Stupid.
Wait, you couldn't join. I'm like, wait, which one is it attached to? God damn it. There's a problem, guys. I'm serious.
All right, I'm going into this mission. How many can I do?
All right, we'll get there.
I'll do a Gucci grill as well. And let me save a couple of these.
All right, give me a minute. I'm really trying. I have 11 different wallets right now that I'm looking through that I'm trying to figure out. I know this isn't great. This isn't great TV for everybody, but
oh, dude, you're good, man. We're just live streaming. This is what we be doing anyway, and just everyone else hanging out.
I feel the pressure, though. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so I got 783 and 132. You know, it's not much, but it's honest work.
What the fuck?
915. That gives me a little bit of room to mess around with some bounties later on. Flash mission, 5 hours duration. You know what? 5 hours duration. I can hold off on some bounties. Let me edit this.
I'm so confused on which one my
There we go.
quotas
I
are
broke
in.
the 1,000.
Nice.
Let's go.
All right, I have 3 quotas, but every wallet I click so far says that I don't. So let me figure this out.
Did you delegate?
Yeah, it's totally delegated. So, bro, Cheyenne yells at me all the time for this because I don't know where anything is. I spread everything out so far to hide from people stealing from me that I have a hard time finding it myself. I'll just do this later because this is ridiculous.
Do it later.
Yeah. I don't want to miss this 10 KTF thing anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on our Twitter right now.
All right.
10 KTF flash mission.
We got 30 minutes more, right? Till that's over. 30 minutes. Yeah, perfect. So let's take this opportunity to wrap
Yeah.
so that we can go ahead and go in our Discord, let everyone know. Also, so that I can get my wallet straight because I don't know which wallet my shit's in, and I have too many of them. So it's a problem. I appreciate all of you guys coming through. Sean, I appreciate you coming through tonight and breaking down the gaming guide. I think this was a fantastic episode for people to get an idea of what season 4 of the Heavy Metal Forge is going to be
For
like.
us to fucking read it for the first time.
No, I mean for real. There's a lot to break down. That guide was not written lightly. There's a lot more game to come, and I'm very excited to kind of explore what's next, man. So I look forward to seeing the rift open, and I really hope I can get to the fourth portal, man. So before we wrap, Sean, you have any parting words before we dip out?
Yo, thanks again to everyone that voted for us on the Thank Ape proposal. We're excited to make some new content that really benefits the ApeCoin ecosystem. And then actually get compensated for some of the work. You know, everything that we're doing right now is just out of our own time. You know, we do it for ourselves just as much as we want to try and add value for everyone else. So, you know, just feels really good to feel like supported, you know, that people actually put in their votes and to see so many homies and so many people that we know in the space get their proposals passed and some that just fell right out. It's unfortunate, but just to see people continue to build in the space and see the community support, I think is makes me really bullish on where we're at and where we're going. So
I
appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. It means the world to us that you support us with like your vote.
Oh, I found my wallet with my Kodas in it finally.
Great.
I knew I had them, but I don't have the gas in it because I sent it to the wrong wallet. So I'll figure that shit offline.
Wait,
But
so you can claim all three real quick? Let's see. Let's see if you have a gas.
I don't. I promise you. There's 0.0017.
You might have it, dude.
Bro, that
You might
equates to
have it.
$2.81.
It might be enough.
Let's see. I hope. I doubt. Nope. I need $5. I'm like $2 short. Bear market vibes, everybody. Bear market vibes. Fuck. I have to send like some ETH around. It's all good. That's for another day. We
Yeah,
appreciate
I
y'all.
still owe my fancy funds, dude. I have some stuff up for sale right now.
I know, me too, man. I got my fans only page up, guys. If you want to check it out.
Fans only.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Coda Von Hustle. All right, it's been a beautiful night. We've got Saucy. We appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everyone.
We'll see you soon.
All right, peace.
Good night.